Welcome to Millennium News Hour. I am Tanzeeba Naurin. In today's bulletin, we will present top and trending news from across the nation and the world. Let's begin with the headlines. Biden signs bill to provide new aid for Ukraine. US Senate passes bill to force sale of TikTok, sending it to Biden. US top diplomat Blinken visits China amid escalated tensions over Taiwan. Colombia extends deadline to end Gaza war protest by 48 hours. Nancy Pelosi says Israel's Netanyahu should resign as prime minister. Trump meets with former Japanese prime minister. Tennessee passes bill to let teachers carry guns at school. Chris King, rapper and Justin Bieber associate, shot dead in Nashville at 32. Ukraine uses long-range missiles secretly provided by US to hit Russian-held areas, officials say. Iran cuts Syria presence after strikes blamed on Israel. Dallas Mavericks grab vital 96-93 road win over LA Clippers. And Zinath wins gold in Nelson Mandela Cup boxing. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. President Joe Biden on Wednesday signed legislation authorizing desperately needed military aid for Ukraine, saying Washington would begin sending new assistance to Kiev within hours. The passage of the $95 billion package, which also includes aid for Israel and Taiwan and a measure to potentially ban TikTok in the United States, comes after months of delay that saw Ukrainian forces run short of ammunition and suffer battlefield setbacks. I just signed into law the national security package that was passed by the House of Representatives this weekend and by the Senate yesterday, Biden told reports, saying he is making sure the shipments start right away in the next few hours. It's going to make America safer. It's going to make the world safer, and it continues American leadership in the world, and everyone knows it, Biden said of the legislation. It gives vital support to America's partners so they can defend themselves against threats to their sovereignty and to the lives and freedoms of their citizens. The aid legislation only passed the House of Representatives after months of acrimonious debate among lawmakers over how or even whether to help Ukraine, which Russia invaded in February 2022, defend itself. The United States Senate has approved legislation that would ban the popular video sharing app TikTok unless it divests from its Chinese parent company. The vote on Tuesday clears the way for the bill to be signed into law by President Joe Biden, who has backed the measures, although the legislation is expected to be challenged in the courts. The proposal, which would give Chinese company ByteDance 9 months to sell the platform, was included in a larger $95 billion package that provides foreign aid to Ukraine and Israel. The Senate voted 79-18 to approve the package after Republicans in the House of Representatives last week attached the TikTok bill to the foreign aid proposals to help expedite its passage through Congress. The House passed the package on Saturday in a 360-58 bipartisan vote. Both Republicans and Democrats have claimed that TikTok threatens national security, arguing the platform could be used by Beijing to spy on Americans and manipulate public debate. TikTok has insisted it has not shared American users' data with the Chinese government and that it never would. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has arrived in China for a 3-day trip following Senate approval of a foreign aid package that will provide billions of dollars in assistance to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. Blinken, who landed in Shanghai on Wednesday, is expected to meet business leaders in the city before heading to Beijing for talks on Friday with his counterpart, Foreign Minister Wang Yi, and a likely meeting with President Xi Jinping. Beijing and Washington have said the trip is about strengthening dialogue and stabilizing their rocky bilateral relationship. The trip comes just hours after the U.S. Senate voted for a large foreign aid package and shortly before President Joe Biden is expected to sign it into law. The bill sets aside $8 billion to counter Chinese threats in Taiwan and the broader Asia-Pacific and gives China's ByteDance 9 months to sell TikTok with a possible 3-month extension if a sale is in progress. Beijing is also seeking to resolve several other issues with Washington, among them the U.S. accusations that China is fueling the fentanyl opioid crisis in the United States. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Columbia University has twice extended a deadline for students protesting against Israel's war on Gaza to clear their campus encampments, citing progress in negotiations with them aimed at defusing a tense standoff that has spread across U.S. universities. We are making important progress with representatives of the student encampment on the West Lawn, Columbia said in a statement released just after 3 a.m. on Wednesday. The university had earlier given students a midnight deadline to dismantle tents if negotiations failed to deliver an agreement. That was initially extended to 8 a.m. on Wednesday. University President Nemat Minoj Shafiq had said the university will have to consider alternative options for clearing the area if talks did not yield an end to the encampments. In its latest statement, the university again extended the deadline, this time by 48 hours into early on Friday, and said student protesters had agreed to 4 of the university's top demands. But several hours after the statement, key student bodies behind the pro-Palestinian protests had not commented on those demands. Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is calling on Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to resign, adding another influential voice to Democratic criticism of the Israeli leader. In an interview published Monday, Representative Pelosi cited the recent resignation of the intelligence chief of the Israel Defense Forces over failures surrounding the October 7 Hamas-led attack before pointing the finger back at Netanyahu. We recognize Israel's right to protect itself. We reject the policy and practice of Netanyahu. Terrible. What could be worse than what he has done in response? Pelosi, Democratic of California, told Irish broadcaster RT61 News he should resign. He is ultimately responsible, she added. Asked whether she viewed Netanyahu as an obstacle to peace, Pelosi responded, I don't know whether he is afraid of peace, incapable of peace, or just doesn't want peace, but he has been an obstacle to the two-state solution. The Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C. did not immediately respond to a request for comment Tuesday night. Pelosi gave the interview during a trip to Ireland, where she was named the inaugural recipient of the Fulbright Ireland Public Service Award. Former Japanese Prime Minister Taro Aso, a senior figure in the country's governing party, met with Donald Trump on Tuesday, becoming the latest U.S. ally seeking to establish ties with the Republican presidential candidate. The 83-year-old Aso, who is currently vice president of Japan's ruling Liberal Democratic Party, entered Trump Tower in Manhattan on Tuesday evening and met with the former U.S. president for about an hour. He is a highly respected man in Japan and beyond, and somebody that I have liked and I have known through our very dear friend Shinzo, Trump said as he escorted Aso into the building, referring to the late Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. They discussed the importance of the US-Japan alliance for security and stability in the Indo-Pacific and challenges posed by China and North Korea, Trump's campaign said in a statement. Trump also praised Japan's increased defense spending, according to the statement. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Lawmakers in the U.S. state of Tennessee passed a law on Wednesday that would allow teachers to carry concealed guns in schools. The bill passed 68-28 vote in Tennessee's Republican-dominated legislature as protesters shouted from the visitors' gallery, "Blood on your hands." It will now be sent for consideration by Governor Bill Lee, a Republican. "What you are doing is you are creating a deterrent," said Republican State Representative Ryan Williams, who sponsored the bill. "Across our state, we have had challenges as it relates to shootings. All Democrats plus 4 Republicans voted against the proposal." Police in Nashville, Tennessee are investigating a shooting that killed rapper Chris King and injured another man on April 20. According to a statement from Nashville Police Department, King was in an alley with a group of his friends, including the other victim, between Harris and Church Streets in Nashville, Tennessee, at the time of the shooting. It was there that 3 other men, whom King's group did not know, approached the group, police say. The surviving 29-year-old victim reported the group was hanging out cordially for some time before the three suspects attempted to rob his group of friends, according to a release from the Nashville Police Department. It was then that he heard gunfire and realized he was struck. The 29-year-old victim, who has not been publicly identified by police, survived the shooting. King, 32, died after being taken to Vanderbilt University Medical Center. King's birth name is Christopher Cheeks. In a post to his Instagram story, pop star Justin Bieber mourned King's death on Sunday. "Love you, bro. This one hurts. Please keep his family in your prayers," Bieber posted to his Instagram story. The Los Angeles Times reported, "See you in paradise, brother." Bieber and King were once roommates. King previously shared on social media and lived together for more than a year, almost 10 years ago. Now it's time for global updates. Ukraine for the first time has begun using long-range ballistic missiles provided secretly by the United States, bombing a Russian military airfield in Crimea last week and Russian forces in another occupied area overnight, American officials said Wednesday. Long sought by Ukrainian leaders, the new missiles give Ukraine nearly double the striking distance, up to 300 kilometers, that it had with the mid-range version of the weapon that it received from the US last October. One of the officials said the US is providing more of these missiles in a new military aid package signed by President Joe Biden on Wednesday. Biden approved delivery of the long-range Army Tactical Missile System known as ATACMS in February, and then in March, the US included a significant number of them in a $300 million aid package announced, one official said. The two US officials, who spoke on condition of anonymity to discuss the delivery before it became public, would not provide the exact number of missiles given last month or in the latest aid package, which totals about $1 billion. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. Iran has reduced its military footprint in Syria after a succession of strikes blamed on Israel, a source close to Iran-backed militant group Hezbollah and a war monitor said on Wednesday. Iran has provided military support to Syrian government forces through more than a decade of civil war, but a series of strikes targeting its commanders in recent months has prompted a reshaping of its presence, the sources said. Iran withdrew its forces from southern Syria, including both Quneitra and Dara provinces, which about the Israeli-annexed Golan Heights, the source close to Hezbollah said. But it still maintains a presence in other parts of the country, the source added. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 17,758.08. The NYSE Composite is decreased by 34.68 points or 0.19%. Tokyo stock close price is 38,460.08. The Nikkei 225 index is increased by 907.92 points or 2.42%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,044.82. The Shanghai index is increased by 22.84 points or 0.76%. Hong Kong stock close price is 17,201.27. The Hang Seng index is increased by 372.34 points or 2.21%. Bombay stock close price is 73,852.94. The Sensex index is increased by 114.49 points or 0.16%. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Luka Doncic had 32 points and 9 assists, and Kyrie Irving added 23 points as the Dallas Mavericks got the best of the Los Angeles Clippers 96-93 in Game 2 of their first-round playoff series to even it out at 1-1. PJ Washington scored 18 points and Derrick Jones Jr. had 10 on Tuesday as the Mavericks recovered from a double-digit defeat in Game 1 when they trailed by as many as 29 points and scored just 30 in the first half. Doncic and Irving combined to go 19 of 44 in the game after they struggled in the decisive first half of Game 1 on Sunday when they combined to shoot 5 of 19. Irving made 3 of 4 free throws in the last 12 seconds to seal the win. James Harden and Paul George each scored 22 points as the Clippers were unable to take advantage of Kawhi Leonard's return. Leonard, who had not played since March 31 because of right knee inflammation, scored 15 points in 35 minutes. The series moves to Dallas for Game 3 on Friday. Bangladeshi origin US-based boxer Jinat Firdaus won the gold medal in the Nelson Mandela Cup International Boxing Competition held in the South African city of Durban on Tuesday. She clinched the gold medal in the women's 50 kg weight category competition, beating her Ethiopian opponent in the event's final. Although Zinat's emergence as a boxer owes mostly to the time she spent growing up in the United States, she took part in the competition as a Bangladeshi competitor after Bangladesh Boxing Federation endorsed her entry as Bangladeshi, said General Secretary of BBF Mazharul Islam Tuhin. Jinat also represented Bangladesh in the Hangzhou Asian Games in China held in September last year but failed to fulfill the expectation of the country. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Biden signs bill to provide new aid for Ukraine. US Senate passes bill to force sale of TikTok, sending it to Biden. US top diplomat Blinken visits China amid escalated tensions over Taiwan. Colombia extends deadline to end Gaza war protest by 48 hours. Nancy Pelosi says Israel's Netanyahu should resign as prime minister. Trump meets with former Japanese prime minister. Tennessee passes bill to let teachers carry guns at school. Chris King, rapper and Justin Bieber associate, shot dead in Nashville at 32. Ukraine uses long-range missiles secretly provided by US to hit Russian-held areas, officials say. Iran cuts Syria presence after strikes blamed on Israel. Dallas Mavericks grab vital 96-93 road win over LA Clippers. And Zinath wins gold in Nelson Mandela Cup boxing. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our website. Our website address is www.millenniumnews24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.